turned me around. Used to think I was nothing. Look at this love we found. So give me your hand, I can turn back. No, I don't ever wanna see you cry. Oh, no more tears. Oh, no more tears. Take that chance, we'll be fine. Went on a dream you like machines do. Mr. Body, just come make a star, got your heart in your hands. No, I don't believe any other. You're just so too late to stop with your heart in a head up. You know you're better than this. So late to start, got your heart in a head up. I don't believe any other. You're just so too late to stop with your heart in a head up. You know you're better than this. You know you're better than this. Come make a start, got your heart in your hands up. No, I don't believe any other. You're just too late to stop with your heart in a head up. You know you're better than this. Make a start, got your heart in your head up. I don't believe any other. You're just too late to stop with your heart in a head up. You know you're better than this. Never really saw you coming until you turned me around. I used to think I was nothing, but look at this love we found. So give me that hand, I can turn back. No, I don't ever wanna see you cry. No more tears. No more tears. Take that chance, we'll be fine. No, I don't ever wanna see you cry. No more tears. No more tears. Went on a dream you like machines do. Mr. Body, not just keeping. Come make a star, got your heart in a headlock. No, I don't believe any of it. Just so too late to stop.
The Melbourne circuit is certainly one that needs to be taken seriously. With a combination of slippery surfaces and difficult corners, it will make it a tricky track when it comes to overtakes. Drivers will have it hard to try and find overtakes and need to take full advantage of the DRS zones available. That's if they want any hope of breaking through the field. Here is a first look at the Tier 1 Masters category with all the drivers placed into their teams. As they were not placed through a draft, they were placed through a top 10 finishing from the previous season. As G-Force Crine takes a Mercedes #1 spot as he had a successful season taking the drivers as well as the Constructors' Championship and promoting his predecessor into the second spot. Aaron, who was moved out of Mercedes into a fresh start with Red Bull, as ACW with the wing. Hopefully he can teach the new lads some new techers. G-Force Toddy, who also got a promotion into Williams, as Haas were on bottom of the constructors from the previous season. Another combination of drivers to not sleep on is Jay Banks and G-Force Hazard at AlphaTauri. Hopefully these drivers can perform extremely well into the first round, knocking Mercedes out of that top spot from the previous season. Going on to the multi for this evening, Aaron to have a strong start with Red Bull and get a top 5 finish paying $7. Todd to earn that KFC in qualifying and get a front row start at $4.50. Racing Point to earn the most points in the weekend, paying $2.14, and ACW for a top 10 finish, the fresh face, paying $3.40. Now for all these combinations hit, punters are going to expect $229 of Dynamic Esports credit. Now I hope you guys enjoyed the race. Now on to Dougie's hot lap around Australia. Enjoy.
Times have been changed this year. So we come to the straight, fast, coming up to the 8th gear, 50 meter board, turn in, flick to the left, and apply the throttle coming down, straight down, into turn 3, heavy braking zone, into the apex, short shift to get a better traction in the exit, and then flick left for turn 4. Turn 5 is almost invisible, you just have to ignore it, go drive through it. And 6 and 7, very tricky corners, easy to invalidate on your lap time, as you can literally go wide by putting too much power coming up to turn 9 and turn 10, the Clark chicane. Very tricky corner. If you get too much curb, you might spin. Coming up to the fast little corner, it doesn't have a corner name actually. Enough, and coming up to the impressive 11, 12, flick left and then flick right to be able to get a good exit. It's very difficult that corner. You need to actually time the flick left and right. Heavy braking down into 13, and 14 comes at you thick and fast. Coming up to 15. Heavy braking zone, last heavy braking zone on the entire track. I'm up to the last corner, almost flat, take the curb in the exit, flying through, and we should do a 119.2.
Welcome everyone to the round 1 of the Tier 1 Masters Championship here at Dynamic Knights Esports. And before we continue on, we would like to thank our sponsors Track Racer for all your sim racing needs and CD keys for all your games online as Xbox, PlayStation and PC. In the Skybox commentary with me tonight is the big man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, the Smeg. How's it going?
Well, it's been a while, 2 months away. 2 months ago, the last time we did this, all the way back in Japan, the thrills and spills of Season 1. It's fantastic to be back, really, for Season 2 of this magnificent championship on the new-ish F1 2020. But yeah, I am really, really keen for this season. And here we are at the Australian Grand Prix at probably the most mediocre racetrack in the history of Formula 1, Albert Park circuit. It has no real noteworthy features other than the fact it was opened in '96 and has become the traditional season opener of modern Formula 1. Other than that, and of course the epic turns 11 of 12, which I'm sure is going to cause a bit of havoc based off previous races at the very least in DNE. There's not many other features to this racetrack, but I pray that it's still able to develop some awesome racing. as we're now coming towards halfway through qualifying with Villa Amazing Hours currently on top. Now, you pointed out to me just before the stream that it turns out that the entirety of the Mercedes team is missing from tonight's race.
Yeah, exactly. They are missing.
Both of them.
Yes, so the replacements for this evening's race, before I actually do continue, your mic near the end of that just started to cut a little bit, just do a little bit of adjustment. Sky Sports is really cutting our budget lately when it comes to this, but the replacements for this evening's race, if I can just pull them up, is a wingman for the Merc as well as Bodhod, which was a Tier 2 champion from the previous season in F1 2020, and we also have a Haas driver of Alex, who was a full-time driver for Renault, but then just got just time management as well as real-life commitments. But he's back in the reserve spot for Haas. But obviously we have some new drivers from this season compared to last as a whole, which was GeForce Hazard has it's his first time ever racing in Tier 1 Masters. Jay Banks, who's had a bit of a roller coaster in entries, has finally secured a good spot here as well for Alpha Tauri. So these guys are going to be a great duo throughout the season. So, like, let's toggle through. Let's see who's also on a lap. Maybe, Dre's also on a lap. So we're looking pretty good here.
Beautiful Dre coming towards the end of the lap. Currently in P5. The Ferrari, he's coming in.
And he's coming in as well. Let's flick across. ACW's invalidated.
Derby's invalidated. Spilly's cutting the chicane.
Is there going to be someone, please?
ACW, no, Waterboard. Diamond champion from season 1 coming in to fill in.
I think Aaron's on an outlap. Oh no, he's out on outlap. He's about to try and start one, so we'll stay on board with him. Hopefully, they can give me a kind of a good camera, which they do finally.
Here we go for Mr. Swaggy in the McLaren. Across the line at 1 minute 19.9. Now, at the moment, it's quite close between these guys, except for Amazing Hour. It seems at the moment he's 7/10 clear on the top of the table on 1 minute 19.2. Let's have a look. Wog Boy will be an interesting one to watch. According to the time trial leaderboards, he's on top of all of them, so
yeah,
I imagine he'll do a very electric time.
So Aaron, about to go into the fast right-hander here. Seems to get the car all... He's keeping it all together, which is really good so far. He hasn't seemed like he's getting a lot of wheel spin. Seems the car's really planted here for him. It seems there might be a little bit of lag on his end. Oh, Smeg. We've just been informed. Our Skybox team has actually got some information before the start of the race. The race is wet. And I would like to say you caught it before. And you caught it before, and you've done it again.
Oh, for goodness sake, I need to learn to keep my bloody mouth shut, is what I need to do.
As Aaron's invalidated. So that's why everyone's just sending on the softs.
Right, okay.
So Players is about to start his. Yeah. So before the race, you're like, let's not hope that it's wet. It's going to be super boring. And
I'm not happy. I am not happy.
3 more streams previously. His Plevs goes way off turn 1, and he has to give away to the car behind him, who was, I believe,
here comes Aaron.
Macca Stew. Yeah, like, we've had 3 streams before, and they're all dry. Like, blistering hot dry, and now we've come to the classic Melbourne weather, and it's decided to rain for the biggest event of the week.
Yeah, isn't that great? Honestly, I just have to say it, and it happens. It's great. So the commentator crap has followed me from F1 2019. That's just great, honestly. That's fantastic. I'm surprised the McLaren curse hasn't, to be brutally honest.
I wouldn't say that too soon, as we did see Plevs into turn 1 get it all wrong. So who knows? We might be just palming it off to other drivers these days.
Minutes left. He's got 8.5 minutes worth of qualifying to go through, so he's got plenty of time to at least try and set a lap. A couple more drivers on out laps. Aaron's invalidated.
Oh,
He's
so status Philly as Amazing now improves. 119.2.
he just takes a snippet's worth of time off. I'll just quickly. Yeah, he's only improved by 0.03 of a second. It's not by much. So Amazing Hour. It seems right out of the blocks, he's right on the pace. Can anyone challenge that? 0.7 of a second. That's absolutely massive.
Because the rest of the field is so close together, like 19.925, 19.929. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
And
crazy. Where did he pull all this time from? Maybe the drivers are still getting warm, but his improvements from the last season, because he joined late into the season and he committed to a wheel as well, and he was only moving up from there, and it's only deserving that he takes the top spot straight off the bat. I think a lot of people overlooked him as well.
hello, Mr. Wingman in the Mercedes, a 1 minute 19.932. Holy moly, it's close between those three. 0.007 of a second separates P2 to P4 at the moment. Oh my goodness gracious me.
Oh, Spilly locks up. He might have been distracted from ACW. But let's see what time he pulls here. I don't think it's going to be anything magical. It's going to be a 120.3, so P9. But Wingman, Mr. Reserve for every tier.
Yeah, P4.
P4. He's already kind of knocked everyone off their spot, really. All the veterans. Coming in nice and hard. He's definitely most improved driver that I think we've got. Because he was all the way from yellow tier. So, crazy work.
Oh, he's done absolutely well to get up that close towards the pointy end of the top tier in DNE. That's an absolutely mega lap from AU Wingman. At the moment, Banks! Oh my goodness gracious me, he almost lost it at turn 12, pushing as hard as he can. Oh, hello.
Ooh,
What is this?
Todd, it's a double.
Bodhod, go on board with Bodhod. My word,
Oh
what
my.
on earth has happened here?
The Haas and the Williams, I think. That all
Come
tangled
together.
up.
So the Gaming Wafer P6 and GeForce Toddster in P11, both of them out of qualifying with 5.5 minutes to go. I wonder what on earth happened there. I saw the Todd retirement come up, and I noticed there was a second dot just behind, and it was the Gaming Wafer and the Haas. So those two coming together at turn 10, at the exit of turn 10, both of them out of quali.
Yeah, wow. And it's going to be a wet race as well, so really placement's everything. Start on nice fresh tyres.
But to be honest though, I would not want to be in that midfield on lap 1.
Oh no, it's going to be so congested.
It's going to be awful. You'd rather be right at the rear, to be honest, if it was a wet race. Just especially here in Australia, turns 1 and 2, it's quite a hectic scene on lap 1, and it's going to be even worse in wet conditions. So, yeah, it's
exactly.
going to be a very, very hectic lap 1. As we got yellow flags in sector 2, that's a McLaren just stopped on the racetrack. That's Plevs. I think he's collected a wall as well, front wing damage.
Yeah,
So
definitely been ripped apart.
Done if he can't get back quick enough.
ACW's about to start a lap, the fresh face in the tier as well. And I think he's already started with an invalidation.
Yes.
So
He must have invalidated the final corner.
yes, so this and next lap, so he has to really get into the pit straight away. As he does, he's starting to really cut through as many corners as he can. But there's not a lot of corners you can cut here in Australia to push yourself back into those pits quicker. DNE Tao puts himself into P2.
Where in God's name did that come from?
I tell you where it's come from. It's coming from an upgrade in his own house. It's coming from that podium. He wants one now.
And hello,
and he
Mr.
quickly
Swaggy.
knocked off
That,
by
I
Swaggy.
love Swaggy fine.
But he's still on the
Look at
podium for now, so that wheel's
For
stay.
now, exactly. Now, track evolution is going to ramp up massively towards the end of the
I
session.
think Tao's realised that, and he's starting to really push back for another set of tyres.
Yeah, you need to get back. I don't think you'll be able to get another run in.
I think
think.
maybe even Amazing now has to just do one more lap.
Yeah.
We'll probably see even break into the 18s here.
Let's see, who is on the map? Doesn't appear to be too many people. As Hazard gets held up in the pits, it seems, because of his teammate going in. Dre invalidated his time. My word, a lot of drivers invalidating, dearie me.
Yeah, we're probably seeing what a lot of these drivers are getting on their first league race back is just getting rid of the cobwebs. You know, first time coming back into a 50% race. You know, getting used to the cars. Alex, did he crash?
Crashes at the end.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Well,
Exit
Ferrari's about to
turn.
drive past. Stay on board with G-Force Dre here. See if we can get a view of how he did it. Must have been off the curb on the left-hand side.
Yeah. Very odd place to crash, I have to say.
I guess he must have just snapped off the curb.
Mm. Man,
Right.
just must have. That's. I've never seen a crash like that before at Australia. Never ever. Guess it's first time for everything. But Alex, he will not be improving from 15. So.
As all these cars are coming out, Plev's still yet to set a lap, and J Banks is about to prepare for his last attempt to get out of that P20 slot. All he has to do is set a reasonably good time. But then again, as we look at the field, they are so close.
Yeah. Let's see what Mr. Banks can do, shall we? He's heading into turn 1 and 2. Hard on the back's fifth gear and invalidates. I do not believe it. He's just pushed it on.
I think he's got to put the hammer down. I don't think he's going to get around in time, but we'll stay on board with
No.
Plevs. I know Plevs is probably going to be the last driver to maybe set a lap.
And there's a crash car. That's Wingman. Wingman has crashed at the exit of turn 10. That's 4 cars out in qualifying. Deary me.
Now, which car is about to drive past that again? Lost it. Red Bull?
He's just a bit too much wheel spin.
Yeah.
At the exit of turn 10, car just spun round. Let's let go. Ooh, hello. Who's that behind Plebs? That's AlphaTauri, I believe that's Hazard. Just having to check up a little bit, try and give himself some space.
As I think Plebs is going to be the first car. Yeah, he's got to be the first car to set his time, I think. He will be. Unless Billy's in front of him. But this is for him to get out of that bottom spot. Please don't invalidate here, as he doesn't. I thought it just toggled red for a second, but he's still going.
Oh, there's 6 seconds left. No, there's no way Banks can make it. Surely.
Banks, can he clutch it? He cannot clutch it.
Give us a second.
But we'll stay on board with Plevs here. See if you can set a time. You reckon we've got a time glitch?
I think so. Bottom brakes, gentle off. That's not AOA throttling, well, that's 100% yellow.
Just your microphone there, Smeggy.
Sorry.
That's alright. Seems like you're just down the corridor a little bit.
That's amazing yellow. That's a 19.1.
So he's improved again.
Yeah, this AlphaTauri is 100% alive. So there still must be about 1 minute left in the session. As there's a parked car. The turn 12, but it doesn't matter for Banks. He invalidates regardless. That's Finn Kelly. He's lost it at turn 12.
Oh, Plevs, 16th.
Plevs comes up to 16th, 19th. Deary me, it's not what J-Banks needed at all. Let's see what he does. He's gone with the lap. 1 minute 18:19 flat, I think that was. Give me a minute. It was a 19 flat, I don't believe it.
J-Bank's got a 19 flat.
19 flat.
Wowee. And he
When
just...
he pushed the lap.
Oh, we've just got a message. You've just gone back into robot there, Smeg.
Give me a minute. I'll just quickly disconnect and reconnect.
Yeah, that's all right. As Smeg will return, I think everyone is done here for qualifying.
A little bit.
Oh, that sounds better.
Hopefully that will fix it just a little bit.
As that's qualifying,
I hope so.
we'll be right back as the cars get all fixed up, and we'll see when all the cars are on the grid.
Oh my god. Why is that even a court? Why is that even a strategy?
Yeah, so
no-
it was offering a two-stop strategy for double wet, also a one-stop strategy with wets. I believe you can possibly even go a no-stop if your tyre temps are perfect.
Well, yeah, there's no mandatory pit stop.
Yeah.
And there's no two different compound requirement either.
And
so-
as Smeg was mentioning at the start, J-Banks with his invalid laps set a 19 flat. So he's starting all the way at 20th, easily has the most pace in a one-lapper when it comes to dry. But obviously all these guys were using wet setups. But that's if they already had one. You reckon this early into the game they've already got 2 setups, one for wet, one for dry, even a third for intermediates? Or you reckon they all just
Don't.
updated their setups on the fly because they didn't take their time leaving the pits for their first lap?
I did notice that. Took at least 1 minute for the first car to go out on track. It was quite a while, considering you can just load up a setup. So
Yeah,
I
exactly.
reckon they all went. It's sort of a dry hybrid, I guess. Just went with dries and just sort of fiddle around with the wings, fiddle around with the suspension, just to make the car a bit easier to drive. The
As-
drivers are now lining back up into their respective grid slots.
Come
Let's
on,
get
game.
this season over.
Give me that angle that I want. Please be a
It
forward
will.
angle. There we go.
There
It
it
always
is.
does.
But here we go. Not yet. We've got 5 red lights somewhere. And it's lights out, and away we go for season 2. My word, those lights will hold on for a very long time. And Aaron has gotten an absolutely superb start, and it's the only problem is I can only see the front 2 cars because there is an epic amount of spray going on, but I can't see anything else. Oh, has everyone gotten through relatively okay? They seem to have gotten through relatively okay. Into turn 3, no one's hit each other. It seems. And the horses take each other out. Oh, how sensible is that? Alex has been. Oh, and there's an end plate falling off as well. The 2 horses make contact at turn 4. Alex slips down the order down to 17th place. Oh, there's a bit of contact behind as well. Jane Banks has got front wing damage.
Same with
Two.
Dermy. Same with Dermy as well.
Yeah. Oh, dearie me. But Aaron getting a mega start off the line leads the Australian Grand Prix, followed by Amazing Hour, then Mackenzie Stewart in P3. Seems everyone gets through turns 11 and 12 relatively okay. It seems at the moment.
But look at the gap that they've already pulled from the top 3 to 4th is 2 seconds. Again,
it's
with the pit
absolutely
strategy, we've seen it for the 3rd time. Esports ready. Who knows? It might be evolution in the track. Inters might come into play. Who knows? Sector 3.
Oh, yeah, that's Vodhog in the Mercedes.
Oh,
Flick spins it round. Here comes Dermy. Oof.
oofed.
That's, dearie me. Some drivers having absolutely poor starts. Now having to go into the pits. Banks being one of them. Dermy will have to go in as well.
Renault
Not sure about that.
having a great start here, 3 and 4, respectively. The next double team really to be up in there is. There's no other team really close to each other.
No.
No.
It's really quite spread out, isn't it?
Yeah.
As now time penalties are starting to become a thing already. 2 laps in. As Swaggy loses a lot of speed going out onto the grass.
Yeah, no,
Lost
your
the whole
wingman's
heap of
probably going to pounce
momentum,
on
and
this
here
one.
comes Wingman.
As
Oh,
Swaggy's
Swaggy
still
all
over
over the place.
Exactly. He's just getting on the grass everywhere.
That car does not look stable
He's on
in
the grass
any shape.
again.
Oh,
A-Wingman might have
Wingman.
to pounce him. He's losing a lot of time to Spilly, who's in front. He's in overtake in the wet. He's going to go
And
side by
he's
side.
off.
Surely not. He knows. Oh, Swaggy goes deep.
he got this.
He has to take.
Oh, and he had to cut the corner. For his own sake, he had to cut the corner. And Amazing Hours jumped into the lead while that's all happening.
Oh, wowzers.
Around the outside, they're side by side. Race leaders, Aaron and Amazing Hour. Red Bull versus Racing Point, and there's a Renault of Mackenzie Stewart right in behind in P3. Through the final corner they go.
This is. And Macca and Amazing Hour were teammates last season, and now there is no order for them, as Macca is the fastest guy on the grid at the moment. So we're going to see some real battling with this front 3. As Tao's 2 seconds behind, going into nearly 3, but then the rest of the pack all tenths away from each other. It's but A Wingman obviously got past Swaggy, losing 2 positions. He can finally start pushing up towards Spilly. GeForce Yanas is making moves here, trying to get up to Tao's back, but that's about it really with the whole grid. As actually Finn Kelly and GeForce Dre side by side into the hairpin. Oh, Ferrari's going to pounce him in
Then
again.
at the outside, potential contact? No.
That's-
Finn Kelly gets around. Very well done.
Very clean driving. Phenomenal moves there from the Alpha driver.
A former teammate of mine from Diamond Season 1. I know he's exceptionally quick and his skills will be put to the test in these conditions. And Swaggy off into the grass again at the exit of turn 8. It's very interesting to watch Swaggy's car because it is absolutely everywhere at the moment. As Wogboy down the inside on this sort of curved straight, I guess, they don't count it as a corner. Just before the entry into turn 11, gets into the top 10. Very well done.
And I'd like to say this now before people get mixed up, is Tier 1 is the only tier that uses the traditional F1 points compared to the rest of them. As we have Sector 1, 2, it's a racing point, it's Dermy.
Dermy. As safety car has been deployed, that's very odd.
Yeah, his whole entire front wing's ripped off, a lot of damage on his car, so hopefully he can bring it around without putting it into the wall. Take your time, you've got a safety car. As we have
Now,
some drivers
guys
already
are coming in. This is
these are the
interesting
drivers-
because I would not do this.
Maybe these drivers already had wing damage, but they pitted previously, didn't they?
Oh, no, Wingman didn't have wing damage. 5-second penalty for ACW speeding in the pit lane. Like, with ACW, I get it, because you're towards...
The game wife is retired. Where's his car?
Hello. There it... He's crashed into the safety car! I don't believe it! He's crashed into the back of the safety car!
Oh my
There
god, he
he
has! He wouldn't have seen it from the spray!
I guess not. That is incredible. I have never seen that before.
Oh wow! And he was in a good position as well.
Now,
Wow.
oh my... Right into the back of the Mercedes-Benz. Yeah, they had the flashing green light on top, meaning that all the drivers had to go past the safety car. Yeah, I guess Wafer didn't see it?
Lap 4 of the race. It must have been the spray, because he would have been side by side with someone and the safety car would have already been deployed.
He might have been looking at his MFD, just fiddling around with the settings and just didn't really pay attention to what was in front of him, just sort of managing to the F1 cars in front. Not really expecting there to be a parked SLS on the edge of the road.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guys, we have the top driver starting to pit. No, it's amazing how it stays out. He wants track position. Aaron goes in, Tail stays out. So
He's
how come
onto
intermediates?
Is this a gamble, or is it going to change to intermediate shortly?
Well, we're getting from the pitch strategy options, it was only giving us... As Marcus Stewart's DNF'd!
Oh, don't tell me he's done the exact same thing.
Where is he? Where's his car? He's also in the middle of the track.
In the middle of the track.
He's died by the safety car, surely not.
He had to hit the safety car. There is no way. How do you do that sort of damage? You have to hit it.
Well, the drivers that have hit the safety car, they're in cockpit mode. So if they're behind in the car, the spray would be valid enough for them not to maybe see it. But like, oh
but
my.
in third place though, like amazing how
These are two veterans have fallen to the safety car.
Well, I'm not sure with Maka. I'm guessing it's a safety car. That's the only one to me that makes sense. He might have lost it just trying to keep temperature in the tyres. The back end just steps out and into the wall. A bit like what Grosjean did back in Brazil in 2016 on the scouting run, just before they park up on the grid.
People are getting time penalties under the safety car for track extending.
Yeah.
There's no need to go fast.
No, just keep the car in the middle of the track. Don't cut anything.
Not too middle, because you hit the safety car. Or is that too
apparently. Soon? Oh my goodness.
That's two veterans.
But,
OCW pulls up
okay.
3 seconds for his time as well. But I think Aaron pitted. Where is GeForce Aaron? He pitted and he came out in 8th. Now he's got some
Yeah.
traffic, but it doesn't look like intermediate weather at all.
No, it still looks wet. Like, the track looks wet.
Like
The rain's still
even the
pouring
racing line
down.
hasn't even developed yet. You can't even see where it really is compared to the rest of the circuit.
Yeah.
It's just not dry enough. But maybe Jeff was telling him maybe 10, 15 minutes. Maybe it's worth just staying on the
Yeah,
inters to the end of the race.
Like, I think this might be a gamble for Aaron.
But he's gambling from a top position.
It's a very Red Bull thing to do, isn't it?
It very much is. Maybe all these drivers got prompted something, and that's maybe why maybe they hit the safety car.
Because if it does work out in his favour, then he's effectively got a free pit stop out of this, in comparison to the 7 drivers ahead of him.
Yeah, exactly.
So this can work out in his favour. So
we'll
but it's
flick through
only
the.
a matter of when it changes.
So the biggest winner from the safety car overall is Finn Kelly, up 13 positions, with Plevs behind him with 9 places up. Obviously, the 2 biggest losers were the 2 people that hit the safety car. But overall, we have GeForce Aaron, who went down 6 positions because of his pit stop. GeForce Giannis, I believe he might have had a pit stop as well. So I'll double check that. Yes, so we have the bottom 10 all do pit stops. Dermy and Bodo have pitted twice. But Alex has stayed out, but the rest of the field have not pitted yet. So
Dermy's just come in and fitted intermediate.
So has Dre and Bodhod. So there's 4 drivers on the inters, and the rest of the field are on wets. So maybe Jeff is telling them something. Maybe there is light rain coming. But safety car is going to go for another lap, because there is one lonely racing point going into sector 2. So he'll give him one more lap to try and catch up, because we have the Merc Bodhod catching up as well, as Swaggy's made the push, Todd's made a push, J Banks has also pitted as well. So they're all going into inters. Why have they done that? Maybe there is light rain coming. Oh, Smeggy there? Your mic's not plugged in, I think. Smeggy? Did that work? No. It comes up that you're talking for me, but I can't hear anything from you, Smeg.
I'm back.
Oh, there you go.
I just briefly disconnected for some reason. Don't know why.
Okay, good. I tried to shuffle you around to see if that would work. We'll go across the all the comments so far. So, Bogboy, you're better from this. From KD, from Racer, Mr. Racespec, my multi. Obviously, all these drivers are also in the fantasy as well. So people that had Zach in their team have been massively affected into round 1 for a no-show. My boy Amazing Hour, that was during qualifying. We also obviously had some reactions from people in the safety car. Oh, Wafer, come on, Swaggy.
So, Mr. J Banks has just been given a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with GeForce Todd, which is very nice. We love seeing that on the safety car. And how long is this safety car going to stay out and wait for them?
Well, usually it's 4 laps max. But J Banks has to pit again, because he's got no front wing, or half of it. As Zach has also joined the comments as well. He's just laughing, saying he joined at the best time. Obviously, watching 2 people die from a safety car. The alphas are falling. Alphas are failing me for the fantasy. There's a lot.
Damn, man.
Is it coming in this lap? Oh, and we're
Nope.
live. Yeah, there we go. I don't even see a
What?
signal for it. Safety car is in.
It is. Okay. We're back on the green flag racing on lap 8 of 29. I think Banks is coming in to get that front wing change, and Bodhod has made a mistake at the final turn as well. He's got front wing damage as well, dearie me.
A lot of drivers just not getting used to these wet conditions. Obviously, they wouldn't be practicing for it, as no driver really does. But the most important thing is looking at the time difference of where Aaron is comparing to the leaders that are on the wets, because the rest of the field are on wets above him. So that will be the most interesting players. The bottom six have also followed them.
Well, I'm riding on board with Aaron now. He's got speed on Plez, but he's got nowhere to go to really use it. Down the inside into turn 9, it doesn't really work out. Plez can't really hold it down the inside. Aaron puts the power down and into 6th place, so these inters don't look slow. He's not dropping off massively, he's not sliding around everywhere, so this track might be turning into intermediate conditions very, very shortly.
Wow, look at the field that's behind Giannis. There's such a gap.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Oh, who's that? That's Alex. Oh, he's not hit him.
Oh.
Dre and Toddy doing the best they could to avoid that, which they did. I don't know if Alex just lost the rear end or he made slight contact with someone, but wow! Look how close this field is. It's like the safety car's still out.
And Wogboy into the pits. Interesting.
So he knows Inter's at the go
Inter?
now.
Yep.
And this is
Intermediate
working
tires.
into Aaron's play right now.
Remember, Wogboy was in that sort of top 6 area. Where has he come out? Sector 1 yellows. That's ACW. In the Red Bull. Making a mistake.
Oh, he's all over the back of Hazard right now. These Inters are... We were dead wrong. It's... I know you can use Inters in really all conditions, but look how much quicker he is out of the turn. He's not even in
Here we
overtake
go.
mode. Hazard just gives the position as he could only really defend where he could.
Oh. Has
Wow.
a massive amount of understeer as well.
Is this Aaron's time? Tao is the next victim. There's a 4-second deficit, so we'll keep watching that interval as we'll go with the middle of the pack here. Oh wow, Smeggy, you were watching Giannis and Todd battle. This is crazy.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, Giannis and the 2 Williams currently battling through 11 and 12, coming into 13, and Todd makes a move down the inside of the Ferrari, slots himself into the top 10 as Giannis almost loses it. And Todd gets a move on his teammate. What a sneaky move that was. Slots himself into 9th place.
Yeah, that was a
As
crazy
Tao,
move. As
oh,
the rest of the field have pitted.
Tao. Seriously? After all this hard work, you then get a 5-second for speeding.
Oh no, that's really going to hurt his time. That's just going to hurt him overall as Giannis and Dre are battling it out. But this is all work for Aaron. He's got a 4-second deficit to the next car. And it's a G-Force lockout at the moment.
Yeah, so G-Force 1, 2, 3, Spilly in 4, and G-Force 5 and 6 at the moment.
They are running wild here in Australia.
And again, it was just a fantastic strategy call from Aaron. Really put him into a good position, but Swaggy's not going to stay in the top 3 for long if he keeps driving off the circuit at turn 8. Deary me, his car does not look comfortable at all. He is just absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, I don't think he's got a wet setup on. He's just losing it. He hasn't looked comfortable all race. He's just been battling the car.
Now it's a G-Force 1, 2, 3, 4. Gaming Life has now left the session.
Yeah.
Very, very odd circumstances for Wafer. That is a very, very odd track. But now Tal has found himself in front of Amazing Hour, so
So yeah, the Inters are a lot quicker because he went into the pit and just placed behind.
Yeah. So now Philly and Giannis, the last two to get off the wet tyre and onto the intermediate. Come out for the pits, lap 11 of 29. Still a lot of racing to go. We're not even at the halfway mark yet.
It's been such a long race. As J-Bank's showing his raw pace and getting another fastest lap. And like you said, he was the quickest in qualifying, but he just didn't cross the line in time.
Now,
Field's quite spread out, except for Amazing Hour on Wogboy. 5 tenths
pretty
behind.
much. This tends to happen in a wet race. It happened a lot in 2019. Sort of get this chaos at the start, then once the race starts getting closer to the midway point, everyone starts to spread out and sort of goes into a self-preservation mode. Because you really don't want to crash. And everyone sort of starts to spread out quite a bit. Get a nice course of aerial shot of Amazing Hour, heading out of 12 and heading into 13. But it seems Amazing Hour has got quite a bit of speed underneath him. He's going to try and challenge Wildboy for 6th place and then eventually Tao for 5th. But he's got an almighty amount of work to do to try and catch up to the top 4. They are long gone from this sort of battle pack.
So it's just really who's got the best pace on the Inters, and really, I think it's also going to come down to penalties as well.
Yeah,
because you saw a lot of drivers, as J Banks does it again, a 134.1. Also, we have, is that a Dermy?
Yeah.
A Dermy again, unsettling the car. So Alex tries past. But yeah, at this stage, it's because these Inters, because GeForce, Dre, and Aaron, they've got the oldest set of Inters out there. Would these be able to make it the whole distance?
I think so. I don't see why they won't make this distance. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say about it, to be honest. The intermediates don't really wear a great deal in almost any Formula One game.
Yeah,
the wet weather tends to keep the tyres on the grid. Oh, Stanley makes another mistake, just causing a local yellow in Sector 2. With the wet conditions, the tyres stay cool. It's not a great deal of
going to send it? Ooh, pulls out.
Usually the person
Oh, he's going to pull it.
Come on, Amazing Hour. He is right up behind Wogboy's gearbox. Is he going to make a move?
No, because of the overtake button. The overtake button is just going to keep him out of bait, really. He's got to use it when they wouldn't be using it. Oh, a quick defend from Wogboy.
Around the outside. If he can get the traction down around 3, no, he gets the move done before then. So Amazing Hour slots himself into 6th place. Let's see. I can see a train here.
I can see that as well.
Kelly, Labs, Wingman, Banks. From 8th all the way down to 12th. All within a second. Let's see what can happen in this little battle pack. There's really not much else going on at the moment. Danny's retired, virtual safety car deployed.
Wait, is he retired into turn 1?
No, final corner. I think he's crashed.
Oh, okay, we'll get a big
potentially
view
a pit entry?
Maybe, because he had no front wing. So let's see what Aaron can provide for us.
Have a look.
Oh, yes, he has.
That's a different way to crash into the pit entry. Typically, I see drivers understeer into the tyre barrier on the outside. That's a bit different. I think he's hit the inside barrier, sort of ping-ponged inside the pit lane entry a little bit. There we go. Now, are we going to see any drive-throughs come out because they tend to. Hello.
Hello. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Uh,
As Alex
Alex,
cops it.
50. What boy? 3 seconds.
See, a lot
Yes,
of drivers
Alex is
are
on the
copying these
field.
3 seconds when it comes to just slow conditions, really.
But J-Bank's in. Same with Wingman. Both of them in the pits.
Is it wing
Banks has
damage?
got damage.
Yeah. So Banks
Again,
is clearly the fastest driver here has just had some awful luck.
yeah.
Like he would
You know,
have
that
set the
happens a
fastest
lot
time
better
on
than
quali, fastest lap on inters. Oh yeah, this little conga line here from Hazza.
Now, it seems amazing how he's caught up to the back of Tal. Tal's made a mistake. Just understeering at turn 10, and he lets amazing hour by. Safety
car.
car's been deployed.
Where is
What's
that
that for?
from? Oh, is it J Banks and Botthod maybe? They seem to be quite slow.
No, doesn't look like it.
Where? Oh, where could this could have been from?
Dunno.
Dunno.
Come from
Safety
somewhere.
car. Fuck it.
Yes, here we go.
So everyone's obviously going to go and put another pair of inters on, especially the as Aaron actually stays out.
I don't think so. I think the top guys won't do it.
Don't hit the safety car, brother. Look at it. It's on the left-hand side. Aaron, do not.
Uh,
Aaron, stay away from it.
But Swaggy has just written his race away.
Oh my. G4 Swaggy has made a colossal error.
There is no way it's going to be growing up in a matter of 3 laps.
No,
Surely
we
not.
were wrong about the inters.
We were,
Are
but
we not
surely we're
seeing
not wrong about
the
this.
ultimate G4 strategy on mediums? Because they were right about the inters with Aaron.
Yes, but also the safety car
Oh, no,
stayed
no, no.
out for
Yeah.
eternity. So
This is
that
not a,
helped.
yeah, this isn't a good look. As Wingman's retired.
Wingman's crashed. He's crashed.
Whereabouts? In the pit lane as well.
Yeah, that's what I expected Dermy's to look like.
Yeah, but he looked like he's... Yeah, wowzers. As the pit window has popped up with a nice little thing saying the intermediates are ready from lap 15 and they will go into the end of the race. But Swaggy's decided to put on mediums to the end of the race, or he's going to pit again. There's always
I
one.
mean, look,
I mean,
it is drying up. There is no doubt about that. But
it's not slicks. Unless he's got a knife through those slicks to make some grooves, I don't think he's got some good tyres.
I mean, he just has to pray that he doesn't crash on the safety car because that's entirely
especially
possible.
going into that pit lane. People will crash on
I mean,
inters. Let's see how he
2
maintains
drivers
this.
have already brought. Oh god!
You can say it's the McLaren
Love
curse here.
I
Really
don't
fed
know
them
if
off.
it might be the greatest strategy ball ever made in Formula One history. You know, he might win this by an eternity. It's entirely possible. But you can see that Swaggy's got absolutely no pace
And he's staying
on
out.
the medium tyres. He's actually causing a bit of the train himself.
He's staying out. This is just a danger now. Because on the race
What
restart,
boy is going onto the medium tyre?
oh,
This is exactly what happened with Aaron. Okay, like Aaron comes in, one guy came in after, then maybe 2 or 3 after that. I mean, is Swaggy just going to magically win this with one boy in second? Is that seriously what's going to happen here?
I'm in all types of shock.
I'm confused. I'm lost. I'm very
Because
lost.
Aaron didn't pit when he had a free pit. Because there was only, well, more or less the drivers, the only driver behind him actually pit as well. But he could have easily had a free pit because people had a delta, and he probably would have only lost maybe 1 or 2 spots, have some fresh inters to go and have some real raw pace. And because he's on 11.
Oh, Aaron almost loses it. Oh, Aaron almost crashes on the safety car. Safety car in this lap, by the way. With oh my god, Aaron almost threw away everything right there. Just a whole heap of oversteer on that curved section just before turn 11, and he almost hit the inside wall. Dear oh dear. Alex, 3 seconds.
All right, let's see how this restart goes. I really just want to watch from Swaggy's point of view because he's on mediums.
Now, is he just going to spin? Oh, it's ACW 5 seconds. Severe collision.
Oh, someone's already gone.
Oh boy, I can't see. Is that Kelly?
I think it was Hazza who had a bad start.
Oh, it's Kelly. Oh my god. As Giannis goes into the pits, I don't think that was intentional, but he had to go in.
Oh no. So
G-Force Aaron leads. As amazing how it's going to have a look around the outside of Dre. What a move if he can pull this off. Inside of turn 4, he does it. Knocks himself into third. Well done.
Hazza's 2 tenths
Swaggy.
behind and Swaggy's...
He's already lost a second. Swaggy's already lost.
This looks like an injured horse here.
Oh,
That's
contact.
one way to
And
defend.
Swaggy he's pushing him wide, and here comes Plebs in
And
the
he's knocked
McLaren.
out Plebs as well. So it gives...
Oh, and that's goes around the outside. Wow.
So there's no team
Down the
orders.
inside.
He's about to go
Oh, no.
across the sausage curb. Oh, he gets the move done as well. Swaggy and Spilly gets the move done as well.
Safety car. Again. I don't believe it. Game game 3 seconds. Oh my goodness gracious me. Has Swaggy
Who's
just
in the safety
inside?
cars, man?
What? Where does this come from?
Nah, people have to
I mean,
pit
that
now.
was
There's no
crashed.
rain now. There's no rain. So it needs clearing up.
no. What's
Oh
Aaron
my
going to
God.
do? This is going to be telling. There
Because-
is still a heap of spray coming off those inters, so see if they're
They-
even at low speeds.
He's going to bite it.
Aaron goes in. Todd
Is Todd going to
follows.
follow?
Amazing
how
how
it
it
follows.
follows.
Dre's
They're
gonna
all
also
going in.
follow.
They're all going to take a gamble. What's Hazard going to do?
Hazza
He's going
follows. Everyone's
Flex.
going in
in, except for Swaggy.
except for the man who's going to set the restart here for number 3.
Oh
All
god.
going onto the mediums.
Yeah.
Tony.
Well, I mean, you could gamble with the soft tire.
Oh, safe release.
Because it's going to be nice and cool out here.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
track
Tails,
temp is
Tails
going
going
to
for
be
the
a problem.
softs. He's got to have the most grip out there.
And
Bod Hod's
yeah,
gone for
with
the
these immediate
hards.
conditions. Bodhod, what are you doing?
I don't think that was part of the Mercedes plan.
Yeah, I think you did an oopsie. Not gonna lie.
So
But yeah, look, you might as well gamble with the softs because these conditions are very slippery. You want the best slick tyre available, and the softs is easily the best one available.
yeah, and it's only going to be 8 laps.
Yeah, because these guys are going to be doing 3 laps on the safety car. So Alex is taking a gamble. He's staying out on the inters. Now this might be an excellent call because there's still plenty of spray coming off these tyres.
Yeah, I believe he'll get enough of a margin to hold it off till the end of the race.
Well, let's see. Like, how much quicker will he be? I think he will be quicker. Just a matter of how much. And when the dry sort of conditions actually kick in. I have absolutely no idea who's going to win this bloody thing. Oh my god.
So, going on to the fantasy, right, because everyone got to have a pick of 5 drivers in a team, or however you spent your budget.
Uh-huh.
Mercedes hasn't shown up. So if you have any of Mercedes drivers, you've lost
Right.
a heap amount of points. Obviously Renault and Haas, you've lost a driver from, and I can't explain it, but a safety car got in the way. And
my God.
if Swaggy stays where he is at the moment, he's on, like, if you want Swaggy in your team, He's only $9. He's only $9.30. So he is the best cheap option compared to like the big dogs of 29, 27, 26. And he's in P1 at the moment, first one to go on the mediums.
Yeah.
Well,
How
we've got
long will he stay?
I know we've got a very interesting wait again.
I mean, I have no idea what's going to happen. Bonholt is now on the medium tyres. I think he should have gambled with the softs, to be perfectly honest. But hey ho, away we go. I have zero idea what's going to happen next. I have a feeling someone's going to crash though. Trying to push too hard in these conditions. Like you're on a slick tire, and it's sort of that slushy stage. It's not quite wet, it's not quite intermediate, but it's not quite slick yet either. And Swaggy loses it. I don't believe
He's
it.
collected amazing on the process.
Oh no! Oh no! I don't believe it. Swaggy gets a 5-second penalty for a severe collision. I saw something else come up just before that. But Swaggy has had like a mare of a time going through turn 8.
Alex is in the lead of the Grand Prix, and the safety car's in this lap. And they
I
have the
don't
box.
believe it.
And they have
So
the box.
Alex becomes leader.
And he's the only one on inches. I reckon he can actually pull this away. I need an.
I mean, what is happening?
Before the safety car goes in, I'm just going to check only Alex's penalties. So he might have served
Could you
all of them.
please?
He might have served, but he's
Yes,
only got, I think, 3
Alex, warm
seconds.
them tires up, son, because you're in charge of this field.
You take
Oh,
all the time you want.
amazing,
Get
Alex.
all of
You
their
absolutely
tyres
did
nice and
that.
cold. This is
So-
your opportunity on a silver platter right now.
Exactly right. So what is the Kiwi going to do? The Kiwi in the Haas, for the first time ever in the history
Swaggy's had a
of
collision with
anything,
Tao.
the Haas is leading the race. Lap 19 of 29 is about to end. Lap 20 of 29 is about to start.
Look at the advantage he's already
Look
put.
at
1.6
the
off
lead.
the start.
2 seconds, pretty much 2 seconds from the start. That's how much quicker these intermediate tyres are.
He's already, and we'll stay on board with Aaron. Look at him trying to get as much grip as possible. Walk boy falling off. Oh, so Tony's on the grass. Dre's behind him. Going around the outside.
Oh,
Hazard might take advantage of this as well. No, he won't. Oh my
2.9.
god, these guys are going all
3
types of
seconds.
sideways.
3.1. It's growing. It's continuing to grow.
Who would have thought this wild card was going to happen?
What on earth is happening? Now, the spray is still there. There's still
There's still
spray
so much spray.
coming off the slip.
And these
There's not a
tyres,
great deal of spray coming off the inters, though. It's starting to really reduce,
Yeah.
but there's still spray.
these tyres push up 60 litres of water a second.
Oh, and Wogboy's made a mistake as well. He's lost a little bit of time to Aaron. Safety car has been deployed now.
No, that was Alex's moment. We've hit max safety cars.
Well, this might.
This is a touch and go for Alex right now. This is a touch and go.
to do.
You can see that
Is
the
he gonna
track is
pull-
drying up, but I don't think it's going to be dry enough.
Yeah, but they're going to be spending 3 laps on the safety car, which is going to be an eternity.
I think
He's got to chuck softs on.
you got to
I
put
think.
softs
I
on,
don't
lad.
think he has a choice.
If you're watching, put on some softs.
I think you have to, son. And he's coming in now. What does Aaron do? Does he stay out or does he come in for softs? He stays out. What about
Alex-
the rest of the field? I'm sure someone's going to be tempted. That soft tire temptation. What's Alex going to go on to?
Please be red. It is.
Yeah.
And he did pull up a big advantage. He pulled up 6 seconds before going in. He's got to fall to still roughly around the bottom half of the grid here. Yeah, he drops all the way back down to 11th. But it was
But
necessary.
really,
He needed to do
he
it.
didn't have much of a choice. He couldn't.
Oh.
Oh, don't crash.
Maybe he regrets
Yeah,
it already.
he's gone back onto the Inter. Interesting.
Maybe he just doesn't feel comfortable because there was a lot of hits during the safety car. Maybe he wanted to serve a penalty that he had. because a lot of drivers, I reckon, have got 5-second penalties banked up.
Yeah, I think you're right. They're trying to get rid of them.
And this is just so many. This is just chaotic. This is round one.
Confucius right now. But why did that safety car come out? Like, what happened? I'm pretty sure nothing happened.
This is crazy.
Oh my god, this is going to be a long race. Oh. But I can't see any spray now from even from the slick tyres.
No, we're not getting
Oh
any.
no, it's a little bit. A little bit.
It has been reducing quite slowly because of these safety cars.
Mm.
If there wasn't any, these guys would have been on the softs. I feel like a lot quicker. But it's getting there, and we had some comments just saying the safety car might be broken because I thought the safety car limit was 3 or 4, so we're nearly there. I'm pretty sure we just hit the max safety car, but we had a lot of people. We had a lot of people going for Alex then. A lot of hype was around Alex just then, and I don't blame him. If there was no safety car, I think he had it.
Just might have. That's very, very disappointing. But it would have been interesting to see how that would have played out.
Yeah,
but it's a lot of laps that they still needed to do.
This race as a whole has been mixed emotions. We've had we've had Amazing Hour lead majority of the Grand Prix with Aaron going on a phenomenal strategy and getting back into the top spot. Tal has had a bit of a roller coaster. He's been up and down the field.
Yeah, and I also noticed he's the highest placed driver on the soft tyre as well.
Yeah.
I just wonder, how much quicker will he be? I wonder.
We had Swaggy pit super early for mediums, which nearly paid off until
also,
a lot of little collisions.
Alcatraz, have you noticed the DRS enabled prompt come up yet?
I have not. Is it
interesting?
It's quite low. Maybe some people in the stream have. If we have missed it, please let us know if DRS is enabled.
Because I haven't seen it. I have not seen it at all.
Because it's getting close, but they'll only get it for maybe just 4 laps.
Well, that's if the track is dry enough for DRS to be enabled. Like when this safety car came out, did anyone notice a DRS disabled prompt come up? Because that tends to, I think that happens when the safety car comes out. There's a prompt that says DRS disabled.
Yeah, so safety car's in this.
Well,
lap.
actually, it only spent 2 laps, wasn't it?
It was only up for 2, so we've never actually had a time where DRS would actually be enabled at all throughout this race. Because we've had a lot of hiccups throughout.
So we have actually no freaking clue when DRS was re-enabled at all. Oh my god.
None, so we'll probably see it in 3 laps' time.
Drivers desperately warming up their tyres, try and get as much temperature into them as possible.
Now, let's see how early Aaron bites it, because we've had a few problems with people in the dry spinning into turn 1.
Lloyd's being lazy here. He's opened up a second already. And watch Aaron, he's going to punch it through here, full throttle. Not quite.
No, very,
like he's
very,
intermediates.
Yeah.
For sure. These cars do not look stable at all. But here we go, lap 23 of 29 has now begun. We're back under green flag racing. As our Alex.
He had that drive-through penalty. He never served it.
Oh, of course. The speeding on the virtual safety car. I forgot he had that.
Wow. But
I completely forgot he had that.
We'll go on board with Tao because he's got those softs, and we want to see him cut through the field here as he's already making a move down the inside. He's got to hold it. He's got around the outside. He's got the
around the outside. He
gets it done. Well done. He needs to start pushing.
Yeah, he needs to get a move on. And hello, says Finn Kelly. Down the inside of Spilly, side-by-side contact, I think, between those two. Through turn 8, heading into turn 9.
Is Spilly going to respond?
Finn gets the position, but Spilly might not be having any of it. No. Slots in behind Finn. Stays in 8th for now. Oh, but gets superb drive out of 10. Down the inside into 11. They're going to be side by side through here. And Spilly has to back out. And here comes ACW. trying to capitalise on the situation, but he can't really. Has nowhere to go. Meanwhile, Tao, can he go up the inside of Plebs? No, he can't.
I reckon
But
we'll
he's
see a
right
few
up behind
moves here.
Plebs.
Oh, look how much later he can break. He's so much more confident on these softs.
Yeah. Amazing how he slots himself into 10th place now.
Oh, he's just locked out. Plebs has just got no grip. Just can't put the throttle down.
I'll put the
Tao's
power
going to take
down,
advantage of this
Tao.
and
There it is.
overtake.
Overtake. Is he going to look to the
It's just a
inside? Is he
bit of
going
a
to look to the
stalemate.
outside? What's he going to do? To the inside.
And he has to hold because he just, with the overtake button. Oh, and Hazard's making a move just above. Dre's making
Hello.
a small error. They're all taking advantage. Sector 3
Giannis retires from the session. Swaggy retires from the session as well.
out of the
In the
top
pit
10,
lane.
no points. So that's why they just didn't seem like they were going to make advantages to the end. As,
Okay.
oh my god, we're going to probably see 3 wide going into this corner. Tao around the outside as well follows Plebs. Dre making
And there
side pod
goes
contact,
Dre.
hand goes up. Yeah, just
Side
side
by
pod.
side contact.
Yeah,
Swaggy left the session. Tao, I think the front wheel of Dre's car might have hit the side pod of Tao.
yeah.
As amazing how it does an almighty dive bomb on Finn and pulls it off. That is an absolutely epic move. And now the two soft runners are 6th and 7th, and they're going to try and hunt down the top 5. See what they can do. But the thing is, Aaron has not pulled away from one point. Gap is only half a second between first and second place. Then it's 2.2.
Tao 3
between
seconds.
Paul.
There's so many penalties. I don't know who's going to win this. No one's going to cross the line first and keep the position at all.
As amazing how that is an awesome move at the second to last corner into 6th place. He's in angry mode right now. He is pushing like a madman into 6th place. Plebs is now on his sides. The orange McLaren heading into turn 1. He follows suit. You can see there he gains massively. Half a second, now 4/10 of a second, 3/10, 2/10, 1/10. He's going to look around the outside and probably try and get better drive on corner exit and have the inside line for turn 4. A bit of pushing and shoving from Flares, but it's completely to no avail. Amazing how he moves himself up into 5th place.
Yeah,
Absolutely amazing stuff.
he's got 2.3 seconds to the next car to just get inside that top 4 because at the moment those medium drivers just kind of staggered at the moment. Toddy's holding his own, still making small errors here and there going onto the grass. But Tao is going to take the jump next onto Plevs, hopefully in the next lap or so. And with DRS enabled, hopefully next lap. We'll
One
have
boy,
some
3
really-
seconds. Dear, oh dear, in 2nd place, that may prove costly for his podium, but amazing how he's throwing this racing point absolutely everywhere.
He's already gained a whole second in just 3 turns. Ooh,
Like,
look
that
at him
is
go!
insane.
The confidence.
That is absolutely
He's already on behind him in
insane
DRS as
driving.
well. If he gets, and he has DRS enabled, he's got to get the move done.
But here we go.
Comfortably, look at him go.
I think there's a reason why he's wearing a Michael Schumacher helmet. He is definitely driving like him at the moment. 5th gear, 6th gear coming out of turn 2. DRS open, 7th gear, climbing towards 300 kilometers per hour. He's already closed the gap to 1.5
Oh
seconds.
no.
So
Toddy's
he's
the next
lining himself
victim.
up for a podium here, folks.
Toddy's the next victim. We'll keep taps with that as we go to Finn Kelly, who's trying to hold off Spilly, 3/10 behind him. They're both on the and Finn Kelly's also on the mediums as well. But Tao, 4/10 behind Plev, still hasn't gotten close enough to try and get a move done. But we can't just go off Amazing Hour. He's throwing this car.
astonishing.
This is a
To be
Merc
quite
lookalike.
frank.
This is
He's
crazy.
gained another 2/10 of a second within 2 corners of Todster. Todster seems to have good straight line speed though.
Oh,
He's pulled away
purples.
a smidgen, and then you can see the gap close through 11 and 12. That mechanical grip and probably that higher downforce that Amazing Hour has as well. He's now within a second of Todster. This is for P3.
And the top
Through
4
the
have like no ERS as well, so they've got to use it wisely. As Toddy makes a huge lock up into the final turn.
That is
So-
massive, and that's costing huge amounts of
DRS
time as
again.
well. Todster did not lead that.
Chucks it an overtake for a little bit. turns it off just so you can get the DRS using all the energy.
No,
Fastest lap,
fastest
of
lap.
course, it's a 1:22.5, which was some people's qualifying time. And he's going to
Like
use
he
that
just
second
completely
DRS.
obliterated fastest lap by a second.
Surely we're going to see a dive bomb here. We have an injured Toddy who's going to be pulled around the
Here we go,
outside.
around the outside.
Look how late
Carbon
he can
copy of
brake.
flares.
And he just has to
That
concede
is
the
awesome.
position. That is... He is making moves. 2.8 seconds to the next car. Are we going to see him get a P2 in 2 laps? Potentially
Confidence doesn't even begin to describe what I'm seeing here. This is beyond confidence. This is 100% trust between himself and the car here. And this is a soft tyre at work as well. So much more grip than the mediums in these conditions. And he's able to make it last as well. Now, I'm going to quickly check penalties because I know
get a notepad out. I feel like there's going to be an absolute document full of them.
Rightio. So with Wogboy, 6 seconds. He has 12 seconds worth of penalties, so Wogboy is very much out of this fight. Aaron has got 3 seconds next to his name. What's about amazing hour? He had a 5-second penalty which he served. He had another 5-second penalty for the collision that he had with Swaggy, and I think he served that as well.
So
he's got
clean.
no penalties next to his name.
No penalties,
If
and he's
I'm not
within that
mistaken.
3-second margin. I think he's...
Yeah, now
The cap,
he's going to lead
almost
up
30 seconds.
3.6 seconds with 2 laps to go. He needs to gain 6 tenths on Aaron in order to claim victory if he is served both 5-second penalties, which I think he has.
Yeah, there was plenty of times to pit to remove those penalties as well. But he's just absolutely killing it. I haven't seen work on softs like this. I don't think this is the most phenomenal performance I've seen in T1. This is just insane. The work that he's put in on these softs.
This is going to be very,
Because you compare...
very close. Both drivers running low on ERS as well.
Yeah.
They are pushing to the limit and beyond, I would imagine, in certain areas. Like, you would not give 2 shits about anything through turns 11.
I think he's going to get fastest lap every time. He's going to get fastest lap every time. Because if we're going to compare another driver who's also on the softs, which is Jay Banks, who was equally as fast as Amazing Al in qualifying on the softs, he just hasn't made as much progress. He's just staying behind Finn Kelly. Finn Kelly's just defending quite well. I don't think he's just comfortable in those softs. But maybe, I tell you what could possibly be the reason why there was a big step up in Amazing Al compared to the rest of the field, is that he's got a dry setup on. That could be a reason. And this is why he could be absolutely excelling.
It's now under 3 seconds. He's done it with a lap to go, but he's got traffic. Well, I say traffic. It's second place. It's Wogboy.
He needed one more lap. He needed one more lap.
But he needs to get by Wogboy. He can't lose time to the Red Bull because of the slower Alfa Romeo. He'll get DRS, which will be a massive benefit.
He might get the
maybe not actually. I think he'll get Wogboy here.
He needs to, because that 3 seconds is slowly diminishing away. As he does,
down
he
the
puts it in.
inside.
Oh my
Makes
god!
the move stick.
Now
and
this is
into P2.
It's 2.9.
2.9.
3 seconds. Oh no! Here we go. He needs to start pushing. Hopefully Aaron knows as well. Maybe Aaron can check that he needs to start pushing as well. Maybe he knows Amazing Al is on 0 time penalties. 2.8.
Here we go.
It's going to flying margins here.
3.13. Amazing Hour follows. 2.6. It is closing. 3 tenths now. This is going to be a very, very close finish. And what a way to start the season. Aaron comes out of the final corner. 2.8 seconds. 2.7. Is it going to be enough? Aaron crosses the line first.
Amazing Hour.
F1 Amazing Hour
takes
takes the win. Unbelievably takes the win. Here in Australia, Aaron in second, Wogboy finishes a magnificent first. Hazza comes out of nowhere to finish fourth. Wow, really what a Grand Prix.
Amazing Hour comes home from a roller coaster experience and takes the first win of the season. Of course, obviously Wogboy driver of the day for his performance as well. Because you were saying as well, he had a roller coaster as well.
Yeah, a lot of
top
these
three.
drivers did, I have to say. There was some master strategy involved in this race. It was absolutely spectacular. but that man in pink drove out of his skin today here at Albert Park. That was a simply amazing display of driving. I have to say, one of the best that I've ever seen in my commentary career. That was simply astonishing. Well done. Amazing hour. A memorable victory by 0.3 of a second to GeForce Aaron in P2. Wild Boy comes home on the podium after qualifying in 11th as well. Wasn't ideal for him. 12 seconds worth of penalties, yet still finds a way to finish on the podium. Hazza from 10th up to 4th. Todster from 14th up to 5th. Some really excellent drives here. Todster. Oh, I think he would have fought for that podium as well, so then he could get that KFC. I'm sure he would have wanted that.
You know what? People were sleeping on Toddy as well. You know what? Even I was against him, and he's pulled out an absolute performance today with P5. He should be happy with that.
I think he will be. Spilly with P6. Botthog in P7. A step-in driver for Mercedes. Very, very well done. Flags in P8. Tal in P9. Finn Kelly rounding out the top 10. After qualifying in 19th, Finn Kelly finishes in the top 10. What a bloody race that was. My goodness me. It had absolutely everything in it. Like I said before the start of this race, that if it rained, this was going to be a boring one. It rained, but it definitely wasn't a boring one. There was so much stuff in that race. I could not believe it.
There was so much stuff. There was just too
One
much.
word.
It was just too hot to handle.
Wow.
That
What
was
a
way
race.
too much. All right, guys,
What
we'll be
a
right back
race.
for interviews. Please stay around for that. It will be something else.
That was something.
Okay, everyone, welcome to the post-race interviews in the Sky Sports commentary box. We have the top three, which was amazing hour, GeForce, Aaron, and Wogboy. Welcome to the box, gents. How are you feeling as a whole? All three of you, how are you feeling from that race? Because it was a bit of a roller coaster.
Absolutely
Bit
buzzing.
drained.
Oh,
Real drained.
So I'll let Smeg do it because I'm just going to be like, I'm just struck from the whole race as a whole. So,
well, I'm to be brutally honest with you, I'm probably not going to do a hell of a lot better because, yeah, I'm a bit awestruck from that. I'll tell you what, we'll start off with the race winner that I think a lot of people would like to know. LR, amazing, rather. One simple question. How the fuck did you do that? well, to put it nicely in a PG way, could you just take us through your Australian Grand Prix, both qualifying and the race itself?
Okay, give me a minute. I've got to try and trim this down now, otherwise we'll be here all night. Yeah, qualifying was alright. Winged it with a full dry setup. I made no compromises for the rain, as I thought it was going to dry out probably mid-race. That turned out to be a bit optimistic. But no, the qualifying pace was good. Obviously, being able to park the racing point on pole position. The start of the race was absolutely hectic. The formation lap was just an indication of how much of a test it was going to be for just for the driver to even keep the car on the track, let alone actually try and keep up any type of pace. And even when Aaron got by at the start, I could stay with him, but I actually don't think I was quicker. So yeah, he was running a real hot pace in that Red Bull, which was tough to stay with, but was able to just about do it. And I can't even remember what happened. Someone refresh me memory.
How was that moment when you saw an orange McLaren perpendicular to the racetrack?
Oh, yes, swaggy. Well, let's just say there might have been a few French words under the helmet.
Some very French, I imagine.
A few right hands here and there.
Yeah, there may have been one or two. Look, we come around there. I saw the yellow flags. I saw the dot on the mini map, so I knew immediately he dropped it, but I didn't know exactly where he was. And as I come around, because I was already so far over to the right, and I thought, okay, because I saw he was basically in the middle of the track, so I thought, okay, if I stick here, I'll clear him without making contact. And then just as we were about to, or just as I was about to go past, he gassed it up and come right where I was going. So, yeah. But I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and blame him for that, because, I probably could have reacted a bit quicker and gone left. So, I wouldn't really, throw blame at either of us. I mean, he gassed up, he moved when there were cars going either side, but I probably put myself in a bit of a stupid spot there. So, you can't throw blame at him for that.
Yeah, I know. But to come from that boat, after getting your front wing destroyed, putting on a fresh set of softs, how hard were you pushing in that sort of final stint of the race, like after the last safety car? Because some of that driving that I saw was phenomenal, very much on the edge. It looked genuinely awesome to watch. Were you on edge through that entire section?
Yeah, I will admit I was definitely a bit tense for those final few laps. After the final safety car, when I got back up to about 8th or 9th, or in that scrap where I was at the back end of the points, I could see the sector times where I was consistently going purple, even every time Aaron or somebody set a new fastest lap. So that gave me an indication that I had a very quick car underneath me, and just the softs just worked really well on the track, which was less than optimal, to say the least. Definitely thankful that a couple of the guys didn't really fight me too hard. They obviously they didn't let me go, but they didn't try and defend like it was for the win. So I was thankful for that, obviously. But those final few laps are just unreal. I'm honestly, like Aaron said a couple of minutes ago, just absolutely spent after that race. That was a lot of hard work, but just so damn happy to win that race, from pole position to crashing with Macca under the first safety car, crashing with Swaggy under the second, being 14th with a broken nose, and then to come back through and win the race is just absolutely unreal. I've got a bit of Canada 2011 vibes from that race, to be honest.
A bit of Jensen Button. Is that where?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's where that race was for me.
yeah, no, I'll give you that. That last drive in the dry conditions on the soft tire was absolutely phenomenal. Well done, mate. A
Cheers.
spectacular victory. Very well done.
Cheers, appreciate it.
All right, we'll move on to P2. GeForce Aaron, mate, that was, as amazing how I put it, a very good drive, particularly in the wet conditions. You absolutely nailed the start, I have to say. That was an absolutely spectacular start. You also made an awesome strategy call that we all put you off. Going on to the intermediate side. Well, we thought, maybe I did, and maybe Alcatraz disagreed with me, but.
Oh no, we were
I thought-
absolutely shocked, and we were just astounded by all the calls that were made tonight. So,
Well, I didn't think it would be
because we had
intermediate that
Swaggy
quickly,
drop
but
onto the
it proved
medium
to be
super
wrong.
early. We had someone drop on the inter super early, and which turned out to be a mean strategy. So there's something going on, and you guys pulled it off. But
Yeah, it
it's
was
just there was just
amazing.
so many incidents that came across that. But what made you go into the pits and be the first driver to go on inters compared to the rest of the field on wets? Just Jeff telling you the right thing?
No, Jeff wasn't telling me anything. It was all my call. I've seen it happen before where a safety car comes out because of the conditions, and someone in mid pack or somewhere pits for inters, keeps it clean, and then comes out in front when it gets drier.
Yeah.
So I was pretty confident. I was on weather report every single minute. I was like, weather report, weather report, weather report,
Yeah.
and it said 10 to 15, and I'm like, okay, I think that's good enough for me to come in, put on inters, then I just got to keep it clean from there, and it should be fine. And that's what happened. When the safety car came in, I felt like I had so much more grip, and I felt like at that moment it dried up so much
Yep.
that I just had a massive advantage over everyone in front of me. And yeah, I thought it was a pretty good call to come in on the safety car.
No, you definitely proved me wrong, and I love it when drivers do that. Like, to me, it went against
Everything that we
everything
saw.
that I was seeing. The track still looked wet, and the rain was still somewhat coming down. But yeah, as soon as the safety car came in, you didn't fall away. You definitely didn't fall away. You started marching forward. Yeah, absolutely mega strategy call. But how about the rest of the race for you in the beginning and towards the end? How did that all go for you?
It was pretty quiet, if I'm brutally honest. I got the lead of the race. This was the first time I put the wets on in the game, so I was
Oh, okay.
very cautious. I didn't want to make any massive risks that would put
Yep.
me in the wall. So just early stages, just kept on the wets. Then first safety car, inters, like I said, made the right call, just kept it clean, got past Hazard, Plevs, and Finn Kelly. Thankfully, they didn't make it too hard for me.
Yep.
Then, I had the lead. I did everything I needed to do. I got one penalty, which was the deciding factor of the race during that inter stint. But apart from that, I kept it clean. I was putting in fast laps. I was holding the gap to Swaggy and Toddy behind me.
Yeah.
Then we had, I don't even know, it was another one or two safety cars. Came in for mediums because I thought it was going to dry up pretty quickly, which it didn't after the first safety car. So I thought Alex was in a pretty good position. Then second one came out, and then I was confident he'd pit. I don't know, just after that, I just, again, wasn't taking many risks. I just drove normally, and once I felt as though it gripped up fully, I pushed as hard as I could because I knew Andrew was coming. So Toddy said in the party that Andrew's on softs, and he's only in like 7th or 8th place with no pens. And I'm like, geez, I really got to push now.
Yeah.
And sadly in the end, I just didn't get it. But Andrew got it, but that's part of the game. I shouldn't have gotten that third warning. I kept it clean for the rest of the race, didn't get another warning, but yeah, got to be harsh on myself. Shouldn't have gotten that last warning, even be anywhere close to a pen.
Regardless, you drove absolutely superbly that
Thank
race.
you. Can I just say thanks to the streamers today? I'm sure you've done an amazing job in the lead up to the season with all these races, and great job to DNE. Thank you to GeForce as well. Thanks Zach, Bailey, Wogboy, everyone in the party today, Swaggy, Toddy, you did amazing today. And yeah, just thanks for a great season opener. I really enjoyed that.
Well, I'm hoping for more races like that, please. especially
Yes, please.
performances from like that from you, Aaron. That was very, very well done from you. And
Thank
good.
you. Thank you very much.
I hope that you have a very good race coming up to round 2 in Brazil as well. So yeah, well done on your second. Well done for crossing the line first. It's just penalties
Yeah, it's
ultimately came in.
yeah, amazing how I won the way I like to win, which is always second, but getting the win. I feel like I mean that's how I won most of my races. But that overall, you had a phenomenal race. Your strategy was off the chart, nearly pulled it off. So I think overall, compared to last season, I think you've pulled off a great first round with Red Bull. So
Thank you. Cheers, boys. That means a lot.
Thank you for that.
Congratulations on your second place, mate. Well done.
Cheers. Have a good night, boys. See you later.
so yeah,
Now we'll move on to our third place driver, Mr. Wogboy, after a fairly average qualifying, starting from 11th. After all the carnage, after all the chaos, you ended up on the podium, and you got the Codemasters driver of the day as well. So just take us through your Australian Grand Prix experience.
Can you hear me?
we can hear you
Yep.
loud and clear.
Yep, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, I was struggling a bit on intermediates because of my setup.
Mhm.
Just plodding along, avoid traffic, spinning out. And then non-stop, these safety cars started popping out. Went for what? No intermediates.
Mhm.
Then I think later during the race, I pitted for mediums, risky, because it was still wet, hoping it would dry up after the safety car was ending.
Yep.
Pretty much went in within 1 or 2 laps, still wet, no grip, and then I think it was another lap, another safety car popped up, and that just helped me out a lot.
Mhm.
Saved me with that strategy, just trying to risk it, pitting early for the mediums.
Yep.
Um,
Oh,
I think this was my first podium, I'm pretty sure, for DNE.
Yeah,
in the Masters too, huh?
it is.
Don't think you're wrong either.
Pretty sure
Oh,
it is.
I
Yeah.
might need to wrap my brain a little bit to try and work that one.
'Cause
out. I think you might be right.
I think you are definitely right because the improvements that you've put in and this whole race as a whole was so like a bit of a roller coaster. Really, no one no one was very consistent throughout, but you shown that you can cut through the field and still maintain pace, and you've really improved from the previous season. Because to get a podium in the first round, you can only go up from here. Really, you can just get the P1, P2 now. So you've started the season so strong. Just got to come into the
Yeah,
second round at
lucky
Brazil.
race. Did a lot of practice for this one as well.
Yep.
Trying to practice a bit more with the no line because I'm used to just using line a lot,
Hmm.
which everyone probably knows by now.
But you've proved them all wrong. Same with Toddy. Like, you guys are already pushing up the field against the guys who just by their name alone would think that they're in the top 5. So this season as a whole is going to be completely random. It's going to be really good racing. It's going to be good watching for everyone as well.
Yeah, really happy for this race, first podium. Yeah,
No, very well done, Wild Boy. Mate. To come back from qualifying outside of the top 10 and to finish on the podium is an absolutely excellent performance. And to get through all of that as well, through the wet weather, through the dozens of safety cars, still come out on the podium. It's a very, very solid finish for you and for Alfa Romeo as well. So very well done on the third place, mate.
yeah, thank you for that.
Thanks for that, boy. So
Is-
we'll finish it up really because it's been a long one.
Holy cow, has it been a long one. That has to be one of the longest races that I've done, probably next to Masters Spain, I think, would probably still be the top, but back at season 1. But yeah, the amount of safety cars, the wet weather conditions, all of it mushed together made a very, very long race. However, it was incredibly entertaining to watch. I enjoyed every single moment of that race, and I hope that this race sort of paints a picture of what the season is going to be like. 20 races we have got to go through this season. We've gone through one. It's now time for round two as we go to South America for the Brazilian Grand Prix at the famous Autodromo José Carlos Pache at Interlagos. It should be an absolutely fantastic race. It's almost guaranteed at Interlagos, one of the most legendary racetracks on the Formula One calendar. But I think that will end it here for tonight, Mr. Alcatraz. It's been a pleasure, mate, to finally kick off this season. Thank you very much for joining, mate, and thank you very much for being my cameraman for this Grand Prix.
Always, likewise. It's always nice to have you here, Smeggy, the legend himself. So we'll wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you again for our sponsors, Track Racer, for all your sim racing needs, and CDKs for all your games on PC as well as Xbox and PSN. But that's everyone here at DNE. I've been the Alcatraz, that has been the Smeg, and we'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.
Bringing it all back again. Great adventure.